the terrifying villain that was first introduced to us through the first season of the Star Wars Rebels TV series. But before he became a weapon for the Empire, where did he come from and what were his origins? The future Grand Inquisitor hailed from the planet Utapau, and he was born over 15 years before the invasion of Naboo that we saw during The Phantom Menace. At some point during his life, he became a member of the Jedi Order and rose through the ranks, ultimately becoming a Jedi Knight. After achieving a lifelong goal, he continued to serve the Jedi Order as a Jedi Temple Guard, a group of Jedi tasked with defending the Jedi Temple that was located on Coruscant. In fact, we have seen the future Grand Inquisitor way before the Rebels series, in an epic episode of The Clone Wars. More on that later. During the Clone Wars, a bombing at the Jedi Temple rocked the Jedi Order, even though later we find out that the true culprit was Padawan BessY, who believed that the Jedi Order had lost its way and were the true villains in the war against the Confederacy. She framed her friend and fellow Padawan Ahsoka Tano for the crime. We all know how that panned out. Of course, Ahsoka Tano fled due to the Republic forces pursuing her, but she was eventually captured and brought to the Jedi Temple. She was brought before the Jedi Council, who stripped her of her Padawan status and expelled her from the Jedi Order. Later, however, the future Grand Inquisitor was one of the guardsmen who brought Ahsoka to trial before Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. During this trial, Anakin Skywalker went on to uncover the truth, that BessY was behind all of it and ultimately had her arrested. So again, we see the future Grand Inquisitor as one of the guards who escorted Offie into the trial, where she admitted her guilt in front of the Chancellor and was subsequently taken away by the same guards. These events, however, left the future Grand Inquisitor feeling disaffected and began losing faith in the Jedi Order. This, of course, left him susceptible to the pull of the dark side, and ultimately, that's exactly what happened. At the end of the war, the Supreme Chancellor, who, unbeknownst to the Jedi, was secretly Darth Sidious, a Dark Lord of the Sith, invoked Order 66 and transformed the Republic into the Galactic Empire, in the end declaring himself as the Emperor of the entire galaxy. Immediately as this happened, the Inquisitor came to the forefront and pledged loyalty and service to the Empire and the Sith. The Emperor decided that he was to be commanded by the Sith Lord Darth Vader, who was once Anakin Skywalker before his fall to the dark side. Vader tasked the Inquisitor with hunting down and eliminating any and every Jedi who had survived Order 66. In order to accomplish this task, the Grand Inquisitor was trained in the ways of the dark side, and he went on to study the records of the Jedi Temple in order to better know his enemies. His schemes were mostly seen in the Rebels series, and in the end he was ultimately defeated by the former Jedi Caleb Dume, now known as Kanan Jarrus. And even though Kanan still held to his Jedi morals, the Inquisitor left him with this.
There are some things far more frightening than death.
Alright Star Wars fans, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, feel free to leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't miss out on any of my future videos that I will post on this channel. Have a fun day my friends, and in closing, don't forget, may the Force be with you always.